He's Clay, our fourth day of this.
Our fourth day of this. Maybe it's in a row. Maybe it's not. You guys don't know how we're doing this. We don't know either, really. Please do like and subscribe. But we're going to be talking about the WCC today. And we won't do so without having some visuals up for you guys. But Wes, any initial thoughts?
Look, this is going to be a great conference tournament. I'm excited to be there. I'll be able to do the play-by-play with Pat Donlin out of Pacific. I think it's a incredibly talented conference where any team can win it. This boils down to being a lot like the NC2As for this group. Big West, the same. I think that, only one team advancing from this conference, which I think is a shame. We've said this before. I think that's a shame. I think there's a couple conferences that have a couple of pretty deserving teams. Obviously Pacific at the 1, San Jose State at the 2, Pepperdine the 3, LMU 4, CBU 5, Santa Clara 6, and Air Force 7. So it's a tough conference. It's a tough road for everybody. I don't think anybody has an easy game, especially this first round. Air Force being at home. San Jose State played Air Force at Air Force a couple weeks ago. They played Air Force in their first game of the conference tournament last year. They got a little experience playing Air Force, but this is going to be different. Pepperdine looks really good right now. I was very impressed with them. They're going to play Santa Clara again, second time in a week. And LMU, CBU. This matchup, I'm very curious to see how this plays out. LMU really handled CBU the last time out. This is a bad matchup, I feel like, for CBU because LMU is so quick and fast. And CBU is more bulldozering, if you will, very strong team. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be interesting here. And obviously Pacific awaits the winner of the LMU CBU matchup.
Yeah. Pacific getting that bye, that envied bye. The big variable here is the location, which everyone keeps talking about, and rightly so. Like there's going to be an effect on the endurance of these teams that you can only do so much to prepare for, as we've talked to some of these coaches about. But let's take a look here.
All right, so there's only so much that they can do. And, look, like, you really got to hand it to these guys. This is hard. This is really hard. So here's what this looks like. Here's your layout. A really exciting time here to be alive, Clay. The West Coast Conference. I really am excited, right? Like the West Coast Conference has been a great conference all year. They were a great conference last year, number 1 rated RPI conference in America. I love that.
Can you remind our audience what number 1 rated RPI means?
Rating percentage index, meaning who basically played the hardest schedule and won the hardest games in the country. And really what it is when you beat a team, you get their win percentage, and you get their the people they beat's kind of win percentage, if you will. So it's a little hard to explain. We should have James Graham on to explain it, but it's not too dissimilar than our ELO ratings, but it is different. So it is what it is. But you do have Pacific here, LMU, CBU. Again, that'll be interesting. Air Force, San Jose State, first game of the day. So we will have 3 games on day 1. We will have 2 games on day 2. We'll have 1 game on day 3. And remember, on Saturday, we will be previewing the semifinals of all the conferences once those quarterfinals shake out, and do our best to kind of break things down. We'll do it live here on Water Polo Wednesday. So this should be really exciting, Clay. Again, the LMU CBU matchup, kind of spicy. Pepperdine, Santa Clara. Pepperdine looks really good, but you can't count out Santa Clara with Emma Vandershoff. Henry Yangs has been really good for them. Ricardo De Simone leads the nation in steals. I think has the 2nd highest sprint win percentage in the country behind only Ryder Dodd, which is pretty impressive. Though I kind of wonder if winning a sprint has any effect. Like, is there any influence on it? Like,
what's that stat? What does winning sprints have to do with winning games?
Yeah, I don't know. It should theoretically mean you're faster. And Ricardo De Simone gets a lot of counterattacks and drive goals, but I don't know.
Or at least one person's faster. Or I think the whole thing is that you get 1 more possession per game than the other team does.
I don't know if that's
one
true.
More shot, but is it not true?
I don't know if that's true. I don't know
because there's turnovers and
right. I don't know if that's true. What I think would be fun is if you do one
by definition, you'd have to get one more possession per game, right?
No, if there's 8 minutes and you have 30-second shot clocks, by definitions, everybody's going to get 16 possession or 8 possessions, 16 total possession if you use all 30. You just start with the possession. I don't know if that's good or bad.
I always like starting on defense.
I did too. I always was like, yeah, you go ahead.
Go ahead, take the ball.
Yeah, take the ball. Let me show you how good.
Shut them down, and then counter out the offense. I always like that for some reason. I don't know if it's because I was always slow and couldn't win sprints.
You shouldn't have been sprinting.
Came out of that.
Yeah.
No, or at least my team didn't win sprints. JP won a lot of sprints. Who am I kidding?
I didn't lose a single sprint in high school.
I believe that.
My junior senior year.
For those of you who don't know, Wesley Besley here was a fast cat.
He was.
He still is.
He's not fast anymore, but he was fast.
All things considered, he moves.
Yeah. So anyway, Santa Clara, Pepperdine. We're so off topic.
Pepperdine. We had a couple of these matchups happen very recently, right?
Yeah. Pepperdine, Santa Clara was last week.
You were on that game, Wes. You noticed a marked difference, and I did too, watching the stream of Pepperdine's defense taking itself more seriously. They're just being more heart, more effort, more movement.
Yeah.
And it was a solid win against Santa Clara, which we've seen them put up great fights, and they beat Pacific, the number 1 team in the conference, the only team to beat Pacific in the conference, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was correct.
But what an opportunity for Santa Clara to be overlooked.
Yeah. I mean,
in this first round,
you got to play the game.
Boy,
right?
We've talked about it before. CBU is great at being overlooked, but I don't think Carrasco is going to let his team play down this game. Every team that we've talked to so far has been absolutely ice cold focused on just the game in front of them, if not just the next training at home in front of them.
They really are very present and kind of, we like to say, be where your feet are. They're very much where their feet are. We will restream after this episode. We will add in the, we'll restream the press conference we did earlier in the week for everybody to watch. So you can see the 2.5 hours.
We did a 2.5 hour press conference, folks.
We did. Yeah. It was pretty exciting. I was exhausted. It was a great, it was a great experience. At least on our side, thank you to all the coaches.
Thank you again. Thank you again, everyone who joined us. Yeah.
I thought it was a great experience. Everybody could kind of be where they were. Nobody had to travel. Didn't take any time away from like having to go somewhere. The format I thought was really good, and the stream quality from the feedback I got was awesome. So we had over 250 viewers on the stream. Want to thank everybody who did join in to watch that. It was really cool for us. And so first time ever, like, hey, we're breaking the mold. We're changing things up. So this is the West Coast Conference. Again, I will be on the call, so we won't be making any predictions. I will not be making any predictions. Clayton's welcome to. But all really, right. Okay, go for it. Okay,
let's go here. Look, Santa Clara, I think, is going to put up a good fight against Pepperdine. I think Pepperdine, though they've been inconsistent this season, I think they lock it down for game 1. Take out Santa Clara. San Jose State Air Force. This game is going to be absolute bonkers. Hopefully they manage to get some of their cadets out of mess hall to attend the game. And it's loud and it's rowdy.
Yeah.
It might be a nail biter. And I think that San Jose State does come up on top, but Leggett's going to give them fucking hell in doing so.
Yeah.
LMU CBU, I would agree with you that this is a tough matchup for CBU.
Yeah, the 4-5. It should be a tough matchup.
Mobile this team is. They're just so fast. So, Lowry, love you. I'm going to take LMU on this one. Then into the semifinals, Pepperdine, San Jose State. This is perhaps the closest match in the conference. I have to really stall here and think about who has the advantage. I think they both have pieces to make an easy game out of this. And it's a game of goalies too. Look, we talked about Jabba here, but Smirnov has been excellent in the cage in Pepperdine when he's set up well by Pepperdine's defense. They both have center presence. I've been talking up Walsh all season long. I do think San Jose State has overall more aggressiveness in their offense. So if that is the matchup that we see, then I could see San Jose State taking this game because they have more practice of being more aggressive on offense. And then Pacific in San Jose State. Pacific is having nightmares still about last year.
So you have Pacific beating LMU.
Oh, I missed that one.
You missed that semifinal.
I missed that semifinal. Man,
kind of rolled over them.
Is that leading where my head is at? No, because look, I was on that game, Pacific at LMU,
Yeah,
and LMU looked like they were a D2 team for the first half of that game in comparison.
Shots fired.
But then LMU showed who they are in that second half, and I think outplayed Pacific like 8-2.
Okay.
In that second half, and really showed their heart. But I think Pacific really wasn't playing their game at that point. They were playing guys at half tank, like 2 or 3 guys to just try to hold onto the ball for as much as possible.
Yeah.
I think Graham is not going to fall into that same game plan.
Okay.
So I think LMU is going to give them a great fight, and Crosco is going to make himself proud of their showing here. I think James Graham is going to come out on top in that semifinal.
Apostolos got us. Big game from Apostolos. Buzaglo.
And Buzaglo in the center there.
Yeah.
They've had freshmen that have come in and proven themselves, coming at a high level from Europe, and graduate students and seniors that are making the most out of their last season as well. So, look, I'm not making any flashy calls here. This is kind of how things are seeded out to be. I understand that. And then San Jose State versus Pacific, this is where I was going at earlier. They've been having nightmares from last season about winning conference. Losing only
CBU won conference last year, Clay.
No, sorry. The conference, regular season conference.
How
do you want to call it? It's all the same thing. We need the regular season of their conference. Excuse me.
Got it. So San Jose State lost to Pacific this year at Pacific. So Pacific is the 1 seed. So you're saying they've been having nightmares about losing this game to Pacific.
That's right.
Got it.
That's right. And I think that they have the right weapons in place. I think they're going to have a real tough time getting past Jop Yosh. But I think that the equation is there, if you will, for James Graham to pull out a victory in the WCC and get himself to NC2As.
Wouldn't that be
prediction?
Something?
I would love for my boys, the Waves, to get their shot at NC2As. We're just calling shots here.
Yeah,
and I believe that they can do that. San Jose State can, Air Force can, Santa Clara can, LMU can, CBU can. They all can. That's what makes this exciting. And
conference
like we always say, I want to be proven wrong. I love underdogs.
We're okay being wrong. We're wrong.
We want good water polo, period.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Whoever's – look, even if Pepperdine's winning by 10 goals, I'd be like, come on, Santa Clara. Like, get up on him.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
So that's my prediction.
Well, you'll have a chance to adjust it if need be after the quarterfinals are done. So on Saturday, we'll break those down as well. We thank you for that, Clayton's first prediction. I won't be making any, but I'm very excited to be there. So I want to thank the West Coast Conference, the commissioner, and the coaches who supported me to get me there. It's meaningful. It's great that I think coaches have a say in this type of thing, of who gets to broadcast their games. I was floored by the support. I mean, just so flattered. So thank you guys for making this happen. I mean, again, I've said this before. It's the most privileged job I've ever had in that, being able to broadcast games. It really brings me a lot of joy. I hope it brings, as they've said, it brings them a lot of joy, but I hope it brings the fans a lot of joy. We can bring this game to life. What we believe to be the best game in the world. So that is the WCC kind of wrap up or breakdown. Again, we will have a live stream Saturday morning, a couple of days of the semifinals coming up. And so we'll look forward to seeing you then. Be sure to check us out and follow along. So coming up next, the press conference, we will republish that for you. So be sure to find that on our YouTube channel. That's it. That's it for now. We'll be back tomorrow with MPSF. So have a good night.